it's not going to happen because we all know it won't happen. So, um, I've been dealing with emotional problems because I've been so. I mean, this is my grandmother I'm suing. I had to write a statement to the state about what she did to me. I'm fighting her against unemployment. She's telling unemployment a bunch of lies. And that hurts. You know, Sam tells me that she let my grandma pulled her aside the other day and says, I still love him with all my heart. But when I write her on the email and I call her and she refuses to take my calls and she doesn't write me back, yeah, that shows a lot of love. And the one time I call her, she doesn't even want to talk to me. She's like, well, I'm busy. Well, I'm glad everything's going good for you. Bye. This is somebody that's supposed to unconditionally love you. I'm her first blood grandchild. I mean, I've worked for her for 4 years. We had a great bond. Her and I were best friends. And because I'm gay, that stops everything. The world changes and suddenly I'm dead. And that hurts so much to have her say that to me. She didn't say it, but it's implied. But, sorry, I'm getting a little misty-eyed because it's a very touchy subject. And then, my attorney called her and asked her, if would you just take him back and, we won't worry about the lawsuit. And she goes, nope, I'm not taking him back. I have no further comment. That hurts so much. So, we ended up pursuing the lawsuit. I have 4 weeks to wait before I hear back on a testimony from her. Do you know what it feels like to wait for something like that? To see how she's going to stab at me back and how it's going to hurt me more to read these hateful, mean things from her? It's going to kill me. But you know what? I guess I have to look at it in a different way now, that if I'm dead to her, then she's dead to me, and I have to figure out that she's not going to give me sympathy because of what's going on. She's not gonna show mercy. She's not gonna care. She's done caring. So if she wants to play hardball, I'm gonna have to play hardball too. I'm gonna have to step up to the plate because she taught me everything that I know. How to lie to people and how to treat them badly. And if I have to make a quick buck out of it, I gotta make a quick buck out of it. To protect my family and my business. That's what I have to do. But I will never lie to somebody over this. This is nothing to lie about. Everything I've told you is the God's truth. So, I'm waiting still from them. So I've been asking for an unemployment for about 2 months now. They keep telling me, it's determined, it's being determined. Then they denied me, and I'm like, I want to know why. And so the phone interviewer called me, and we had a long conversation, and he didn't know that her and I were related, and I told him, yeah, and I told him the situation where I'm in the process of suing her because of, she wasn't happy with my sexual orientation, which she had no grounds on doing that. And that I never quit. I would never quit. I love my job, and I still do. I miss it every single day. And I told her that, and she doesn't care. She doesn't want me back. She even told her staff not to talk to me anymore if they want a job. So she's telling all my friends that if they want, a job anymore, then they need to no longer be friends with me. And she sent that in an email, by the way, which I have documentation of, which is so lovely. And she's a very, very evil person. And not somebody to toy with, but you know what? I'm going to be strong through this, and I'm going to get through this, and I'm not going to let her treat me the way that she's going to treat people down the line. And if she thinks by hiring David back, and hiring a black guy, and a gay guy to work there that she's not discriminative, honey, you're trying to cover your tracks. And by the way, one of the employees that works for my grandmother told me that Jennifer, the girl that I didn't get along with, was the one that sold me out. Because she didn't want to get fired, so she thought because I was the one pursuing the matter of having her fired, that she would get me fired first. So, none of you have probably read my blogs because I dumped them, but I wrote a blog about my grandmother, and how much I missed her, which is still on my MySpace, which you probably can see. I wrote an email to my grandma, it's included, and how much I miss them. And then when I found out by my friend that, oh no, she doesn't want nothing to do with you anymore, and then after the state called and told me, nope, she's not going to take you back, she wants to fight you. That's it. That's the day that I realized that my grandparents are dead to me. My great grandma, my grandma. They work the same way, and they're going to be the same way, and they're not going to hold up on me. They're not going to talk to me. I'm dead, evidently, to them, so why aren't they dead to me? So I wrote this mean, I was pissed. I wrote this mean email saying, I can't remember. I have to think about it for a moment. I said something about, they're fucking dead to me, and I'm going to sue them into the ground, and they're not going to have a car or money and stuff. I mean, people say things when they're upset, which I was very upset, which I would have never said that to anybody, especially people I love, but when I'm mad, I'm venting. And if I choose to write that on a blog, that's my choice. And if you read it, you read it. But how it's meant to be taken can only be done by me.